Man, you know what? I just had to take a break because I was so excited that I couldn't contain myself. All right. Fans, it's so hard just to sit here and just try to push all of this excitement actually out there to you because you know what? Just to be a part of an awesome show like this.
Right.
It is just amazing because these guys come from all over. As a matter of fact, they are so sought after that there's other promoters at the shows trying to steal them away.
Right.
You know what? That's what sets UW apart from everybody else is that we are exclusive. We're giving you the best quality, first class. Everybody else is actually giving you day-old bread. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Day-old bread. The same stuff that you see week in and week out. Well, that was my phone. You know who that was? That was another promoter. Yeah. What are you doing talking about me like that? Okay, anyway, now we are going to go over the matches. Now, we just talked about Colby Godwin and also Scarface. Now, Scarface will also be appearing at that free show August 20th. Where?
4051 Barrancas Avenue in the Food World parking lot.
At the Food World parking lot.
It's going to be August 20th from 10 to 2.
10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Early in the morning, you know what? You'll have your whole day ahead of you. You'll have fantastic wrestling. You will see some of the most awesome cards you've ever seen. You'll get free food. You'll get door prizes galore. Come on down.
Will you be taking pictures with people?
In between 10:30 and about 10:31, I'll be taking pictures and also signing autographs.
Wow. Bring your cameras.
I give everything to my fans.
You're a giver.
I am a giver. You're a taker. All right. Omega and Chris Rocket.
Wow.
Chris
For
Rocket's
the
got
Ultimate
a
Wrestling heavyweight title.
Let me tell you something. Being an old friend of Omega's, we're not really the best of friends now, but someone that goes way back with Omega, let me tell you, that man's got some skills.
Yes, he does.
And back in the back, he actually came up to me, and he is the kind of man who actually demands respect. The man demands respect, and Chris Rocket wasn't giving him any.
Chris Rocket doesn't give too many people respect.
And he told me, he says, Bob, he says, look, you know what, I know, man, me and you go way back. I don't like you and you don't like me, but if I hurt Rocket tonight and I hurt him bad, he says, it's all about, guess what he said? Respect. It's all about respect. And I said, it is about respect. You're right. Because, you know what, I'm going to charge him because I came up with that.
It's copyright infringement.
That's right. But that match, I'm going to tell you what, Chris Rocket gave him one heck of a battle.
Yes, he did.
And you know what, Omega battled his heart out too, man. These guys, you know what, it's the old school versus new school.
Exactly.
And what a match. What a match.
That match ended in some controversy, though.
Yes, it did. Go ahead and tell them.
At the end of the match, Omega had Chris Rocket pinned 1, 2, 3, but unbeknownst to the referee, Chris Rocket did have his hand on the rope. I'll have to go back and look at the footage and see exactly when he put it on there, but...
I had actually watched the footage over and over and over again, and I believe that actually, actually Rocket has a very legitimate beef on that. I don't think that he got beat. I know that Omega beat him, okay? 1, 2, 3, and he got his hand raised, but it was so close. I mean, it was so close. It actually could have gone either way, and just for that, guess what I did?
Omega Rocket 2?
Omega Rocket 2, August 20th, for free.
Wow.
Bring the whole family. You can bring your grandmother that's in the wheelchair. It don't matter. You can bring them all, okay? Bring your aunts, your uncles. You can go down and, bail out Aunt Judy out of jail and just bring her down because it's free.
Can't beat that with a stick.
And yet you get to see Omega versus Rocket, one of the highlights of this past Saturday.
Exactly.
Amazing. But in that match, Omega won it. Chris Rocket says that won't happen again. Pretty strong words.
Yeah,
huh?
It is.
Pretty tough stuff. Now, coming up, we have the big tag match. That was some meat in that ring, wasn't
People ask, where's the beef? It was in this match.
You know what? There was over 1,000 pounds in that ring.
I believe it.
I'm serious.
I believe it.
There was over. Now, tell me this. Kurt Matthews, what did you think of him?
For your
first time seeing him?
First time seeing him, pretty talented guy. You know, it's always, I love watching the new guys come in to see their style and seeing how he would mesh with Magnus, the big man.
You know what? I will tell you this. Kurt Matthews is a young guy, okay? Had his hands full with Iron Claw.
Yes,
you know,
he did.
had his hands full with Ron Horn. You know, those are two pretty intimidating guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what, even me being the sex symbol that I am, you know, and also being the legend that I am, I was kind of, even I might have been intimidated in that ring. Those are two big guys, and yet, you know what, man, Mathis, or was it is it Mathis or Matthews? Matthews took a beating.
Yes, he did.
But the guy held his own. Now, what about the build on that guy? Who did he kind of remind you of?
Bobby Doll?
No. You know, it wasn't that good looking. But actually, you know what? The guy looked a lot like the old Benoit.
Yeah.
The build and the face and all. I mean, you know what? The guy had a Benoit look to him. You know what? That's a guy that I would think in the next coming up months, you know what? The guy's going to come into his own. Because, you know what? That's another thing. With this event, with all of these guys that I'm bringing in, these are the best of the best. And you get somebody like this guy, Kurt, all right? Kurt's not new to the business, but he's new wrestling quality guys like this. You know what? All up and down the coast, you get third and fourth rate wrestlers.
Right.
Okay? And so, you know what? These guys wrestle these guys and they don't get any better. And that's what's happening here with us. We have first-rate, top-quality, you know, I mean, you know what, grade A beef is, you know,
right,
if you want to. And yet these guys can't do anything but get better. Right. And I think in the next couple of months, you're going to see Kurt Matthews come into his own.
Yeah, Kurt Matthews does not like his hair messed up. I found that out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Did you see that? Well,
yeah.
And yet then, you know what, he was tagged up with the big man. Okay?
Magnus.
Now, the big man kind of got hurt, you know, he kind of, I don't know, he kind of tweaked his knee and then stayed on the outside, you know, so I had to kind of take up the slack. You know what, that's fine, you know, he's going to be gone for a while, and that's not a problem. But it was Iron Claw and it was Ron Horn up against the big man and also Kurt. Now, guess what I've done? Guess what I did? Not only did I basically replace the big man, okay?
Okay.
Listen to this.
All right.
August 20th. Now, in this match, all right, you know what you had? You know what? I actually hate to say it, but you had Iron Claw end up beating Ron Horn because the big man, he didn't hold up his end of the bargain, you know, and he was hurt and he was out of the ring. So what I did was this. He is on the shelf. I called up Death Row.
Wow.
And I said, buddy, I need you. And he was screaming on the phone, I'm coming down. And I said, you come down here. I said, I'm going to tag you up with this kid. And I said, you know what? And I just want you guys to run wild. So August 20th, the free show.
Wow.
I have Ron Horn. I have Iron Claw up against Death Row and
Kurt Matthews. Wow.
How awesome is that?
That's insane.
How much right now do you love me?
Ron Horn, tremendously popular here in Pensacola. I've never seen anything like it. And I have to say, in this match, Chief Iron Claw delivering a devastating DDT.
Let me tell you this. Ron Horn guaranteed me that he can bring in the over 250 female crowd.
Wow.
He says that everywhere he goes, big bone women tend to just flock all over him. And you know what? The man's philosophy is great. He said big women need loving too. And that's his job. He says he's here to just give big women love. That's right. So, look, if you ever go out on a date and you have two girls and one of them's yours, the hot one, and the other one you want somebody, you know what, just to take one for the team, you need to call up Ron Horn because that's what he likes. He is the guy that always takes one for the team.
Like Sam the Butcher.
Sam the Butcher. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know what? He also dated Aunt B. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah. That's true. I saw that. Yeah. But anyway, you know what? Okay, August 20th. Death Row. Kurt Matthews. You got Ron Horn and Iron Claw again. Tremendous match.
Wow.
Well over 1,000 pounds in that one. Okay, so now we come to Suicidal Soldier. Man, I'm a big fan of his. I just can't help it. I mean, he is like the modern day let's see, what's it? He's like the modern day Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
He's not a big guy, but got so much talent. You know, he's like Colby Godwin. He is an absolute future superstar.
I agree.
Unbelievable talent.
Tremendously athletic, quick as a hiccup. If you blink, you'll miss him. And when you watch his match, keep your eyes open at all times.
Have you ever seen anybody fly like him?
No.
You would think that all of the stuff that guy does, that there's a wire hanging off of him.
The rules of gravity do not apply to him.
Nothing. Unbelievable. Well, he actually bucked heads up against a newcomer, which is basically, man, one of your favorites, the Nelsonizer.
Nelsonizer, yes.
So now I didn't actually see that match. Tell me what you saw.
It was good back and forth action. Nelsonizer trying to do what many people did, slow down Suicidal Soldier, you know, so he could utilize his ground game with him. But Soldier just, that hybrid style and just so unorthodox, he was able to get to the 1-2-3 over Nelsonizer. But I would say a good debut from Nelsonizer. You know, I look forward to seeing some future matches from him.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now, guess what?
What's that?
2 shows ago, you had Soldier kind of buckheads with old Scarface.
Right.
After that match, Soldier came up to me and begged me, can you sign a match with me and Scarface? He says, I don't care if the belt is on the line or not.
Wow.
He says, please, August 20th, can I please wrestle Scarface? And I said, if that's what you want, I mean,
Not too many people come to you and ask, hey, can I wrestle?
You know what, man? You know what, I like you, but if you're that crazy, go right ahead and do it.
Right, right.
That's the heart of the guys that I have in that locker room. Amazing. No drama, just business, man. They are there for the company and not for themselves. I have gotten rid of all of the glory hounds and all of the... Look, I can say this. These guys are actually there just for the fans. They are there to just basically put on the greatest wrestling event that I think anybody can ever put on. And I am so amazingly proud to be a part of it. What an awesome, awesome group.